Good evening. Check, check. How's my sound? How's my lighting? It looks like I'm a little washed out. Is that just me or am I a little washed out? Yeah, I think it's just me. Let me turn my brightness down. Okay, it looks fine, right? I'm glad I looked because I was like, damn, I'm like all washed out. But no, I've been fiddling with my space. Can you tell it's different? I love it. I think it's perfect. I actually raised my chair up because it was just really low to the ground. So when I would have to like get up to let the dogs in or out, it was hard to get up and hard to get back down. I raised it like 6 inches. So then I had to change everything. Sherry, how are you, my dear? And I don't think I have my cursor and I can highlight the one. If I try highlighting too much, my thumbs, doing the touch screen, it's very dangerous. It's like a case of fat thumbs. I didn't take my, I did not take my rubber band out. Okay, now it's going to be a little bit easier to talk. How are you, my dear? What is up? It is Monday, the 23rd of March. It's been a couple of days since I've done a video and I miss it. I'm always afraid I'm going to forget how to do it. Like seriously. And when I'm out of habit of doing it, it is a little bit more challenging, but it just cracks me up how much I like making my videos and how much I dislike not making my videos. Doing okay, you? So yeah, I'm doing pretty good. I got to see my kid today, the one that lives in Washington, D.C. area. So that was nice. It's like spring break time for my family. So lots of family stuff going on. So it's a lot of chaos. So thanks for asking. Overall, I think I'm doing well. And yeah, yesterday it was like 85 degrees here almost here in Ohio. And then today it was freezing. Like when I woke up this morning, it was 34 degrees. And it was really cold in the house because we had the AC on yesterday because it was so hot outside. And then didn't turn the heat on last night. So when I woke up, it was like 63, 64 degrees. It was freezing. So I just like snuggled with the puppy dogs on the couch. And it felt like a Sunday, because it's spring break and because, it's kind of felt like Sunday all day. And Sherry, are you in Oklahoma? Am I remembering right finally for the first time? Billy is here. Hello, darling. Just in time. What a treat. Hey, darlings. So lovely to see you. Yes, crazy weather here in Oklahoma, too. It is wild. And then you guys have probably seen in Hawaii, they're having that like epic flooding. It's really wild. Okay, so should we talk about the plane that crashed? Was that just overnight? Yeah, it was just overnight. It was like 11:30 at night last night at the I want to say it was Dulles International Airport. And the two pilots died, the pilot and the co-pilot, and it was landing and it hit a fire truck. What? I don't know. Those things don't generally happen. And on the same day, was it LaGuardia or Dulles? I think it was LaGuardia. Let's see. The same day that they're putting the ICE agents in at the airports, and they're only doing that at like around 15 airports, and it just so happens to be one of them, right? Airplane crash, so sad. LaGuardia, yeah. What was the other one I said? Did I say LaGuardia first? I said Dulles International Airport. That was incorrect. It is LaGuardia. Yeah. Dulles is in New York. Or wait, what am I talking about? LaGuardia is in New York. Dulles is in Virginia. Damn. I got to slow down. See, that's what happens when I don't make videos for 3 days. I can't like speak and think and talk all at the same time. My dear. Um, my child practicing driving today for upcoming DMV test. Well, at least they know how to drive. It's the worst at the beginning, isn't it? Oh, we have to do that one more time. But hopefully the fourth child, the one who's 14, she seems like she'll be a really good driver. Like she seems like she could probably start driving today. But yeah, teaching each one of them, terrifying, absolutely terrifying, especially the first time you go out on the freeway. Sherry says, yes, crazy hitting fire truck. Yeah. And Anna Bees, woohoo! Hey there, Anna Bees. So lovely to see you. I have 7 lives left as a cat. Oh, good. I'm glad. I didn't know you had teenagers, dear. Billy, this is your child? Or is this like an adult child doing a driving test? Thank you, SM Anna. Good luck to your child at the DMV, Billy. Adult child, 21. Okay, yeah. Because, yeah, my oldest is going to be 24 on Saturday. So, yeah, we got the little babies turning 1 on Sunday. And then a couple of days after that, my 21-year-old son, his dad moves the family, the wife and kid, back to DC with him. Because he was in San Antonio doing his nursing school for most of like the last 9 months, and his wife was here in Ohio living with her family with the little baby. And then they finally get to move back to DC together. And I told you he's doing his residency at Walter Reed Hospital for 3 years, so that's phenomenal, absolutely phenomenal. They finally decided to bother getting driver's license. Well, that's probably good that they waited, because then they're more mature, right? 1 kid down, past 1 to go. Yay. Yeah. Yeah, I don't envy you. I haven't had to teach a kid to drive in like 3 years, 2 years. So, I mean, they're all good drivers now, but yeah, when they start, it is absolutely frightening. So I missed it. The fire truck hit the plane. Why? Yeah, Anna Bees. So the plane was landing at LaGuardia in New York. It was a Canadian Airlines. And then when it was landing, the fire truck was like crossing, and like the front of it is just like blowed up looking. So the pilot and the co-pilot passed away. Nobody else did, fortunately, at least not yet. I think about 40 people were hospitalized. Some people just went straight home. It probably, I don't know, maybe it depended on how far back you were sitting, or I did hear an interview with one of the people on the airplane that because the pilot and the co-pilot were no longer, that there was nobody giving instructions, and that the people on the plane were like, maybe we should go out the emergency exit, and they all went out the emergency exit. Oh, it was a parked fire truck, Billy? Are you serious? I thought the fire truck was moving. It was parked? That's even crazier. Seriously. These things don't happen when DJT is not president, is just what it seems to me. Am I the only one? From me to you, Tarot. Hello, my dear. I hope everyone's well. Sherry, I'm so glad you brought up the fire truck. What the hell? Yeah, it was moving. I thought it was moving. Yeah, because I heard the like the air traffic controller tape. So I'm pretty sure that the fire truck was moving, and that like on the news thing that I watched, it was like they were speculating that maybe they thought that the fire truck was going to be passing after the plane or something. I don't know. I mean, it doesn't make any sense to me at all. Like I said, these things don't fucking happen. Oh, did I just drop the F-bomb? Am I 7 minutes in? I am. I'm 10 minutes in, so it's fine. These things don't fucking happen, do they? Like, seriously. It's fucking crazy. It reminds me, and even on the news, they said it too. I was so glad they brought up the airplane and the Black Hawk crashing over the Potomac last January. I was like, damn straight, the news brought that up. I mean, that was the first place my mind went, is like, these things don't freaking happen. But, you know, this douchebag in office is just the king of trying to manufacture headline news. And maybe it was an accident. But you know what I heard a few weeks ago? I think I shared this with you guys, but I thought this was brilliant. You know, there's a lot of people who believe, and I used to think this was nuts, but not so much anymore. There's a lot of people for decades who have believed that all of the headline news is simply like manufactured by our government, right? I mean, that's like propaganda. That's like not a democracy. But people that think that way, they have a name for people who don't think that way. Because, you know, people who don't think that way would call those people conspiracy theorists. People who think that all the news is manufactured by our government call the other people accidentalists. Have you guys heard that phrase? I thought that was the coolest phrase. So people who believe like, oh yeah, it's just another accident. The LaGuardia thing, another accident. The Black Hawk helicopter with the commercial airline jet, just another accidentalist, just another accident. Yeah, it's bad. I think that DJT is an accident. I mean, what a nut job. What a freaking nut job. He's really lost it. How is he still in office? How is he not taken out? And it seems to me that the whole world thinks that this Iran war is the Trumpstein fire war, that the whole thing is manufactured to distract from the Trumpstein files. And I believe that it is. I believe the crap that's in those Trumpstein files is so much worse than even the horrible things that we have talked about. But let me do my disclaimer real quick, and then I'll get caught up on your chat here. Everything I say is simply my opinion for the sake of hoping to start a conversation, open up a discussion, learn something, be educational. All my videos are made for the tube of you and me, and it's an infotainment platform. And please hit your like button. And let's see if I can stand that up without knocking stuff down. I think I can. And then make sure you're still subscribed and share a video of mine. You know, sharing the video is key to helping the channel grow. If it turns out to be a halfway decent one, we'll see. Fingers crossed. Turn on your notification bell to ring, and let's see. Dang it. How come that's not working? See, this is why I need my cursor, but it's not coming back. It's not with me at the moment. So I like Anna B's comment there. Okay. My husband was a great driver. He taught both my kids to drive. Thank God. Yeah. I know. I've had to do it with all three of mine. I mean, my husband's helped, but with him working the night shift, he has to just focus on like sleep and working the night shift. Like you, Anna B's. He does the 12-hour shifts. There were only 2 flight attendants on board. One was ejected from the plane. Also, the fire truck was moving. Thank you for me to you, Taro. A flight attendant was effing ejected? And was the other one just like not didn't have the wherewithal or wasn't in the right place to like give instructions to people or something. Um, I'm incorrect. Thank you. That's okay. We are all incorrect sometimes, right? Happens to the best of us. Hey, Tarot, Annabes. Um, hey there. No, these things don't happen except under Little T's administration. Right, like the war's not enough of a distraction because it's, 3 or 4 weeks old now. So, the whole thing with Nancy Guthrie, not enough of a distraction. Um, the whole thing with that guy who quit, Joe Kent, and his wife that passed away in 2019 in that Syria bombing attack, suicide bombing. I did look into that, and I've watched a handful of really great interviews with survivors. Actually, TMZ put out an incredible one. I'm going to put a link in the description. I'm so glad I watched it because I wasn't going to because it was TMZ. But then I was like, well, I really do like to see the survivor interviews. And it was not a regular TMZ person that did the interview. And the survivor was incredible. And her story was so unique. It's wild how a lot of the survivor stories are similar, have similarities, and then some of them have zero similarities. Hers was one that had zero similarities. She was an art student in New York City, and she's Asian looking. So that's different too, because, little E was very racist and really liked the blonde white people. And he wanted her to be one of his little baby mamas. He abused her for like 2 years. But anyway, so that was cool. A new Soft White Underbelly interview. They've done like 3 now, I think, of Trumpstein survivors. And then this channel I don't think I've shared with you guys. I think his name is Julian Dory. Have you heard of him? He's got like over 1 million subscribers. And he's an interesting kid. He's like early 30s, and he's got this like wild skate rat hair. He's really smart, and I like him, but I just don't know what to think of him. I don't know him well enough yet. But he did incredible interviews with, I think her name is Lisa Phillips, the survivor who has her own YouTube channel. And the one who did the interview on TMZ, she's about to start her own YouTube channel. I'm excited about that. 1 second. Let me wipe my lips and get caught up with you guys. I'm way behind. Y'all, so is BB alive or not? Show dinner. I don't know what show dinner means. I don't know if BB's alive or not. I was going to play a video for you guys, a short, hilarious one. It's inappropriate, so let me give you a trigger warning on that. Schrodinger's Wars. Thank you, Billy. What does that mean? I wonder if he is alive or not. Is the AI, let's see, this is all messing up. I guess I have to give up on trying to tag things. I like to tag things. Is AI real or not? That's what I wonder too. Schrodinger's cat, but now it's war instead of cat. LOL. I believe the videos are AI. I totally think they're AI. And that doesn't mean that he's deceased. I sent you that hilarious video. Let me get caught up and then I'll play the hilarious video that I'm talking about. Let's see. I think BB is alive, hiding in a bunker. Hey, all friend me on Blue Sky. Yeah, he'd best be hiding. I know, right? I have to download Blue Sky. Who is BB? BB is BB Netanyahu. It's so funny because even my 24-year-old daughter just asked me that. She's like, "Who's BB?" So yeah, BB is what people call him. I think it's what he calls himself because his first name is Benjamin, and instead of Benji, I guess BB is a nickname. And it's a cute name. He's not a very cute guy to deserve such a cute name. But I don't like to say his last name because I think it triggers the algorithm. Just like I don't like to say Daddy Vladdy's real name. So that's why I call them things like that, to not trigger my algorithm. Yes, she was found 300 feet from the plane and she was still strapped into her jump seat. She survived. Holy crap, man. I think that our supreme leader wannabe is a mass red rummer. That's what I honestly believe. I think that he puts so many people's lives on the line for his own purposes, and he doesn't give a crap about any of them. Not one of them. Not the kids that were at the school that got bombed, the 160 or 70 girls. I mean, most of them were kids. Some of them were teachers. Some of them were parents. I think it was maybe the count was like 178 now. The bombing that happened at the Iranians girls' school. I don't even think it was a girls' school. I think it was co-ed, but there were only girls there at the time or something like that. Because I've tried to look into it. Like I thought, well, was this like a private school? Was this like, were there specific kids or families at this school that were being targeted? I don't know. I don't think any of this stuff is just haphazard. Whoops, like the freaking emails. Whoops. BB of I as raw L. Yes. Billy, you're so cute. It is not real. How about we call it that? It is not real. Israel is not real. It's real. We call it it's real. There we go. Wow, Tarot, so glad she's alive. Yeah, holy moly, bless her, Tarot. I'm getting my Tarot decks to check on ice. Be right back. Oh man, ice. It sounded like ice was already beating people up in the airports today, you guys. Did you hear something like that? Dang. Book of Shadow deck. I don't know if it's just me, but every time Jazz starts skipping, so I'm going to leave and come back. That usually works. Trigger warning, Billy darling, I'm back. Shoot me. Shoot, it didn't work. Huh. Weird, Annabees. That's a good name for the country that starts with an I. Mr. Darling is out of town and flying tomorrow. Oh dear, I'm so sorry. I hope it goes well. The flight. Yikes. So let me play this cute little funny thing. Like it's serious, but it's funny. And what is this guy's name? His name is Ryan Dawson. And I liked him a lot when I first discovered him. He knows a ton about the Trumpstein files. I think he's been studying the Trumpstein files for like 10 years. But I also think that he was like a full-blown Trumpster fire supporter. But I don't think he is anymore. But he is really smart. Even, he's smart and he knows a lot about the Trumpstein files. So this is just like a funny 1-minute thing. So here we go. It's called Where's BB?
Where's BB? I heard he was in that bunker that collapsed and got injured in his vagina.
But what is your thoughts? I mean, there's two prevailing thoughts that he actually...
So the 6 fingers stuff is not true. He hasn't shown his face. He hasn't said anything. People think he's dead. I hope not. I hope he's suffering. I hope he lost his legs, his ears, and his eyes. He's on a feeding tube somewhere. possibly going to a conscious coma like Ariel Sharon.
Yeah.
If that happened, I'd become a Shia and I'd believe in God. So if all that happened,
I think because he might be in a bunker in a random country, he's probably not able to produce that
bunker in Germany. I think he can't do any kind of live stream from anywhere. He's afraid of electronic signal because he knows China or Russia will get it and give it to Iran and they'll get targeted. He may have injured his face, so he can't show himself at all. Any kind of wound, or he could be dead. But I don't think he's dead, because if he had died, we all would have heard the angels singing outside simultaneously around the world. So we would have felt it in the force. You would just feel evil leave,
Yeah.
But the Israelis, if you look, they look very nervous in their meetings, and he's not there. He's out at security meetings. So he's been hit, or he's just in the corner crying. Like, he does not have a way out of this. And I'm sure Trump is like, what the... You dragged us into war. You said blah, blah, blah. It's not going like that at all.
You could make the case that maybe we shouldn't even be there at all because we don't need it. We have a lot of oil. We're the #1 producer anywhere in the world times 2. By double, at least double. Now I think it's much higher than that. But we do it. It's almost like we do it for habit.
Because if America walks, that's the end of Israel, because Iran was not going to stop. What I said, their plan to stop the war only meant with America.
Yeah.
There is no plan of ending the war for Israel.
But then America would never agree to it.
At one point, they're going to have to. Now, America would have to have some condition like you have to stop bombing Israel. And then Iran will counteroffer with kiss my ass.
I love the counteroffer. Iran will counteroffer with a kiss my arse. That's too funny, huh? So yeah, I hope I gave the enough trigger warning for the inappropriate beginning of where BB might have gotten hurt. I thought that was completely inappropriate and completely hilarious. So yeah, I also started to rewatch the entire 5-hour deposition of douchebag in Columbus, Les Wex. So I've gotten about halfway through. I did it all in one sitting yesterday. I wanted to sit and watch the whole 5 hours again, like with my eyes on the screen, so that I could really watch his body language and stuff. And I'm not a body language expert by any stretch. I've never even studied body language stuff. But there's just some real obvious stuff that he does, like with his mouth, where he's moving his tongue at weird times. Just, he does a lot of real gamey stuff where he's like giggling, or when he's really uncomfortable, he does this weird thing with his hand. And I think that it's almost like a nervous tick, but it's like almost like he's gesturing like that he can't hear, but it's weird. It's really wild when he does that, and just noting when he does things like that. Like I said before, he's a really good liar. And for the first, I think I watched almost like 2 hours and 45 minutes of it yesterday. He's pretty much lying the entire time. Now that I've seen it the first time and know more what to expect, I don't know that he told the truth once in that entire first 2 hours and 45 minutes, honestly. He's probably never had to answer to anyone about anything, and he probably never expected to be deposed. And then when he was subpoenaed, he probably expected that his attorney could get him out of it. And then he thought, well, I'm just going to lie. I'm just going to say whatever I want to say. And, they just, it's like they're catching him in every lie, every step along the way. So anyway, I was going to try to watch the rest of it today, but I didn't get to it. So I'll try to get on that. Like I said, I wanted to do it all in one sitting, but that's a long 5-hour video. I don't know that I've ever watched an entire 5-hour video, like with my eyes glued to it for the whole time. I did pretty good keeping my attention on it for the 2 hours and 45 minutes. I was with a friend who hadn't seen it yet, so that was fun because then we could talk about it. But then we would like miss stuff, so we were trying to not talk too. What happened? Okay, it didn't work. Good name for the country. Mr. Darling out of town. Yes, I agree with somebody completely. I saw about 10 minutes of it and could tell he was lying the whole time. Oh, Anna B's. Seriously, I know it sounds so boring, and I don't know if you have time for that kind of thing. But it is absolutely fascinating to sit there and watch his movements and his fidgetiness. And I think the most fascinating thing is watching him pause, because he tries to keep the poker face when he's asked a question, and he's definitely not going to tell the truth. So it's almost like he's making a chess move. He's like thinking it through. Like, how can I answer this? You know, a lot of like yes and no questions that he's asked that he doesn't answer yes or no. So he gives a long-winded answer after a long pause. And so I was having fun with, you know, so that's a yes or that's a no. But yeah, he thinks he's so freaking clever. It's funny. I mean, he probably thinks he's really clever because he's so rich, and he probably thinks that that's a testament to like how smart he is or something. He went to OSU. He got a degree, I don't know, probably in business or something. Oh, he started to go to the law school there, actually. He did start to go to the law school there. I was glad that my friend knew that. And then they think they said something about it in the deposition. And we looked it up because we'd never heard of the school that they mentioned. But it's actually the law school that's at OSU. Let me see what it's called again. So he started law school, but then he stopped. It was like a start and stop kind of thing. OSU Law School. It's called Moritz, Moritz. Moritz. Sorry if I said it all wrong. Moritz College of Law. That's the OSU Law School. And it's a very competitive, I think it ranked like 28th in the nation. I mean, pretty much all of the programs at OSU rank really high, like most of them much higher than 28th. But I mean, it's a good school, except this is the best news, you guys, except that they have a lot of scandal and that they haven't been willing to take his name off of the buildings yet, but they're going to have to. The best news, I was so happy to find this out when I was watching the deposition. I think they said something in the deposition, and so I looked it up. Les Wex is being deposed again in less than a freaking month. So mid-April, like 3 weeks away, Les Wex is getting deposed for his involvement in the OSU crap. And mid-April is when Pamela Blondie Bondi gets deposed. So I am super excited. I've never been more excited about depositions. I'm really excited about both of those. And we know that Blondie Bondi is going to do everything she can to squirm her way out of being deposed, because she got nothing. She's not going to be able to use a burn book in a deposition. That's not allowed. She won't be able to do her shenanigans that she's been doing. So how exciting. Blondie Bondi and Les Wex, 3 weeks away. Dang. Okay, so I have so many notes. BB's AI videos, you know, the one where he's walking with Mike Huckabee, and I think that everything about that video is AI, but the fact that he's like looking at his hit list and he's like, I scratched 2 names off of this. You're not on it. You're one of the good guys, which is just insane that they use that as a framework for this proof of life, that he makes a list, that he's talking so casually about having people assassinated. And that they use that as the proof of life. Like, that's freaking ballsy as hell, isn't it? But the things that BB says, he is using a lot of Trump terminology, it sounded like to me. He said evil wins over good. I think he said something like Jesus loses over genocide, something like that. But he used the term ain't gonna happen or something. I just thought some of the phrases, you guys, do you know the video I'm talking about? Let me play that for you real quick in case you don't. And because I want you to think about Donnie's speech in this BB and Huckabee. All right. I wanted just to see if I can look it up on YouTube. I looked it up on Google. Let me see. Why is it messing with me? BB and Huckabee. Frame by frame. Oh, Rebel HQ breaks it down. We should watch this in case you guys don't know who this J.R. Jackson is. I think I did watch this, but I'm going to go ahead and play it for you if you don't mind. I can't wait till those MFers go to jail. Yes, I saw that video. Very much AI. Okay. You know, I've been talking a lot about J.R. Jackson lately.
Yes, I'm alive.
I checked that, and I'm happy to see that. But he wanted to make sure because, you know, you guys get along too well.
I know, and we shake hands with 5 senators in each hand. You know, but I have to tell you, I'm alive, but I have this card, and yeah, don't read it. So it's a punch card. Mm-hmm. Today I raised 2 names on the punch cards, and you see how many more to go on this batch.
You know what the good news is? My name is not on the punch card.
Your name is on the list of the good guys.
Thank you.
And what the president and the U.S. forces are doing is incredible. We're very proud to stand shoulder to shoulder with them. And getting rid of these lunatics who like to develop nuclear weapons and the means to deliver them to every American city after wiping out Israel. They ain't going to do that. We're wiping them out. A lot of them.
Thank you, Mr. Prime Minister. Good to see you.
Thank you, Mike.
Thanks. Take care.
They ain't going to do that. And the lunatics. I don't think BB's going to be using the word lunatics, and I don't think he's going to be using the word ain't. I don't think anybody in Israel would be. So whoever made this AI video, I think that, to me, it reveals that our dear leader is behind it, which would make sense because he's in hot water. So he's trying to pretend that BB's still fine.
That video was posted by Benjamin Netanyahu's platforms all over social media. There's a lot going on here. There's a lot going on here. First of all, Mike Huckabee, who's supposed to be ambassador to Israel for the United States, apparently works just for Benjamin Netanyahu for the purpose of continuing with these minute-long to 30-second proof-of-life videos, where now they're beginning to mock some of the reasons why people are trying to figure out why they keep releasing AI videos, talking about the 5 fingers, talking about how Mike Huckabee was sent by Donald Trump to make sure you're okay, to which we saw a weird pause before Netanyahu decided to start talking.
The president asked me to come to make sure you were okay.
Yes, Mike. Yes, I'm alive.
I'm still looking for a longer form video. I'm still looking for a situation where he's talking with folks. I'm still looking for maybe sometimes when you don't have to just glance a little bit deeper into these videos to then find all of the internet sleuths showing you something different than what it is they're showing you. Generally, people like to start with the hands.
Punch card.
The fingers again. Get the fingers yet
Start
again.
with the
Like I said,
hands.
this is the speculation is
Let's
bouncing
see.
around on the internet. I don't have much of an opinion on it.
He does a really good job breaking it down. But I think I have a doggy at the door, so let me see if the doggy's trying to get in real quick. Who's out here? Come on in, babies. Come on in. Come on in, Coco. Come on, Chi-Chi. Come on. Come on in. You're welcome to come in. Come on in, babies. Okay. Man, Chi-Chi's hair is so long that see how much easier it is for me to get up and down now? Her hair is so long, I step on her long hairs on her feet sometimes. Look at how cute she is. Oh, boo. She's such a little love bug. So yeah, I'll play more of that J.R. Jackson video if you guys want to see it, because I love him. I've actually watched it a couple of times already, but I'd love to share it with you guys.
I'm just letting you guys know what people are seeing. A direct close-up here of what folks were saying. There was a slow-motion version of it. I'm not sure if this is close-up enough for you guys. Sometimes people are born with an extra finger or one fewer finger. You know, things like that tend to happen. But we saw his hand had 5 of them. And as they close up here, there appears to be 3 of the fingers and then 1 thumb over the top. Now that index finger could have potentially disappeared under Mike Huckabee's his sleep.
You know what I noticed while I'm looking at it on the screen is just how it's a little bit too perfectly proportioned. It's everything's too even. That's weird. That's really weird. Oh, where are you guys? No one's commenting. Sherry. Oh, I'm just listening. Okay, cool. Let's see. Keep playing.
There. Something else that folks saw was there's a weird ear thing going on with Netanyahu. Let's just watch as it moves.
Oh, the ears are the weirdest.
But I have to tell you, I'm alive, but I have this card. And don't read it. So it's a punch card. Today I erased 2 names on the punch cards. And you see how many more to go on this batch.
We've gone from fingers to rings on fingers to ears now. Another close-up of that ear. Apparently, someone described this as 2 ear canals rather than 1 ear canal and maybe, the insert part of the top part of one's ear. And it's kind of...
It's almost like 3 ear canals, actually. It's gross. It's not his ear. Why isn't it working?
He had a bit of a flat top to his head. I just want to compare that to other visuals we've seen of Benjamin Netanyahu's head. I'm not sure how many times people have looked at the top of Benjamin Netanyahu's head, but let's go ahead and do that too. It's kind of round, like the way the top of domes may be. These are older pictures of him. Maybe in older age, people like Benjamin Netanyahu's head gets flat on the top, when in normal times, their head kind of does the thing that craniums generally do. Maybe it's just the angle. but it looks like my man's got a Kid and Play flat top, except it's his cranium. That's that Kid and Play flat top. Again, those were older pictures. Maybe he's morphed into a different type of head style that no one else, has really gotten in human, history. I don't know. Who knows? But the main purpose that I think we can take away from this, number one, is why did they keep doing this? If you're unconcerned about the random internet rumors, you would ignore them. If he was also in good spirits, well, he could maybe be standing out in front of folks, maybe having press conferences, but instead they're talking about how he's standing shoulder to shoulder with the United States of America with a punch card of people that he wants to murder. Let's not forget the message that they tried to portray to us in this potential AI video. That I've got a punch card here, Mike. Luckily, your name's not on it, so my murderous ass is not going to kill you. That is, unless you cross me. Apparently, anybody that crosses Benjamin Netanyahu and Donald Trump, they're on a punch card where you can murder them and then claim that they're part of, a terrorist organization that's going to destroy it.
Okay, I have a theory about Bibi and Vladdy that I've shared many times, but not for a while. Is I think that they're just as panicked about the Trumpstein files. I think that they have the files, that they've always had the files, and that they have even more dirt on Donnie, but there's dirt on them in there too. In their countries, it probably doesn't matter so much. Whatever they do, they can do because that's the way their countries are, as opposed to our democracy. So they can hold them over Donnie's head and blackmail him with them. And he can kind of do the same, but they have more leverage than he does, is what I think. But that also they don't want that stuff going public. That's my opinion. His skin is too smooth. He is old. He doesn't have that smoothest skin. I think the same thing, Jazz. Oh, dear. I love that we always think the same thing. It's so funny, isn't it? What do other people think, too? Here, I'm going to keep playing this.
Americans, and they've got nuclear bombs set on Americans. Maybe there's this. We've addressed Benjamin Netanyahu's images in this little short video. Other folks looked at Mike Huckabee's face. Maybe Mike Huckabee is also potentially fake here, too. Let's look at his face.
Did he come to make sure you were okay?
Yes, Mike.
Did he come to make sure you were okay?
Let me give you a close-up version, because I think this is what the person that was really showing this wanted you to see.
Thank you.
I love the music that he's playing, but yeah, they totally overdo the AI of Huckabee's face when he smiles, and it like rearranges his scalp and his ear and everything. They overdid it. They overplayed their hand.
They've been selling you the hard way on purpose, but nobody knows.
Stop with the ad.
I don't know, bro. Maybe he's got an intense face. Maybe when he's really happy to be around old BB, he just gets so happy and his whole head, kind of morphs and pushes back to the back of his head. Sometimes the joy is just hard to contain. I understand they're talking about murder of brown people, so why not be so happy about it? There's some simple questions that you need to ask whenever large, very powerful, multi-trillion-dollar militaries are attacking smaller countries and are having trouble in the meantime trying to sell it to people despite all the death and destruction that they're promoting. Why would they keep releasing videos to prove to us, all of these stupid idiot internet viewers, that he's alive? This last video where he's surrounded by military leaders, his Israeli military leaders, it only lasts 35 seconds. Can we get like a half-hour press conference where multiple media outlets are talking to this?
Okay, this one is gross, you guys. You got to look at the faces. It's like animatronics. It's insane. It's really wild. Here we go. Yeah, but yeah, he makes a really good point. Like, why do they freaking care what we think? Aren't they busy like fighting a war or something?
Maybe that will dispel the rumors.
I'm here with Israel's defense minister, our chief of staff, the head of the Mossad, the chief of Air Force, our senior commanders. In the past 24 hours, we knocked out 2 of the terrorist chieftains, the top terrorist chieftains of this tyranny. Our aircraft are hitting the terror operatives on the ground, in the crossroads, in the city squares. This is meant to enable the brave people of Iran to celebrate the Festival of Fire. So celebrate and Happy Nowruz. We're watching from above.
How comfortable. Congratulations. Celebrate, but we were watching from above. Some people thought that could mean something else, except they think he'd be watching from below. Just a thought. People are breaking down that video as well. If you look at the guys in the back, if you look at the lack of movement, if you look at a couple of little small...
Man, their faces, their eyes are so creepy.
Glitches.
I'm here with Israel's defense minister, our chief of staff, the head of the Mossad, the chief of Air Force, our senior commanders. In the past 24 hours, we knocked out 2 of the terrorist chieftains, the top terrorist chieftains of this tyranny. Our aircraft are hitting the terror operatives on the ground, in the crossroads, in the city squares.
Even in that very first one, when he's walking out and before he says, "Yes, Mike, I'm alive," there's a quick morph, almost like a jump cut.
Yes, Mike. Yes. Yes, Mike. Yes.
That one wasn't supposed to be that way. These are just little things. When you have this type of budget and when you have the type of technology that they continue to advance and make better, they're trying to make this smoother. As I haven't come to a full conclusion, I do just know those are AI videos. That's all I can conclude. Those are a bunch of AI videos. And I don't know why. That's what I can't conclude.
Yep, I concur. Yeah, that's it. Let me turn this off and set it down. I concur. I mean, my opinion is that he is either not alive or just gravely injured, like maybe in a coma. But yeah, like why else would they be putting so much effort into making these weird, stupid videos? What, to entertain us? Weird glitchy smile. Yeah, super weird glitchy smile. I think he's just hiding. Well, so I think the last time that he was seen was probably like 2 weeks ago now. And that wasn't he like on a plane that was shot at or something like that? But we can hope. Yeah, I think that I think the whole thing is just a cluster, and the whole war has gone toe up. Everything about it has gone sideways. And of course, our supreme leader wannabe will not ever admit defeat or admit fault. So he's just going to keep pretending. I think that they're pretending that Bibi's okay, and I don't think he is. I mean, I think the same thing about the Ayatollah Khomeini's son. I think that he's likely gravely injured or not alive. But again, for those countries to admit that puts them in a position of more weakness that they don't want to admit to. So I don't know. We'll see. We will see. As our dear leader says, just give it a couple of weeks, right? We'll know in a couple of weeks. Which reminds me of one of my favorite jokes, which is kind of silly, but tangent. What's the difference between a good haircut and a bad haircut? A couple of weeks. It's a good joke, especially when you have a bad haircut and you need to lighten it up. It's just a couple of weeks. I saw a video today, I think on Adam Mockler, and he was around a group of people outside. I haven't really studied it, but it looked real. I saw that too, Anna Bees. And I think it might have come out yesterday. So I just don't feel like it's been out long enough to for people to break it down. And I think it did look more real than the others, but my suspicion is that it's not. Because again, it's just a short clip. And again, we could look it up and play it and see what we think. But yeah, their technology is advancing wildly, and they're getting much better at it. But one of the things to look for or to listen for with AI videos is the sounding like it's in a box or sounding like it's in a can, basically. And it's very flat, like there's no inflection, there's no volume change. It's too even. It's too consistent. So that's not how people talk. That's not natural. And then especially with being outside, because when you're outside, your sound is harder. You're going to have issues with wind and stuff like that. So, but it's also just the same type of video where they're just showing these short clips, and then he is missing all of the safety meetings that he never misses. I think he's missed at least 7 in a row. So that's another element of it. Well, then it might just be AI, because from what I remember, it was like you are describing. Yeah. Let me see if I can find it. I won't look for Adam Mockler's. I'll just look for a short. The latest BB video. So 2 minutes 55 seconds. So yeah, he's outside talking about the war. And also when he's standing at the podium and he's got the curtains behind him. So this one says, this is the E-Times. The thumbnail says that he passed away on March 8th. Interesting. And that weaker than ever. Let's see. 4 days ago. 2 days ago. He releases yet another proof of life video. Here, let's see if I can get a short of this. This is just 2 minutes. I'll just play this. I think it's the one you're talking about, Anna Bees.
Behind every Main Street storefront, every online shop, are the people.
It's important. Since the beginning of the war, 15 Israelis were killed. Each of them is a universe. However, apart from the first strike on Beit Shemesh, there in one single shelter. All those who were outside the shelter were killed. None of the citizens who headed to the shelter were harmed. That's why you should abide by the instructions without any indifference. Do not imagine that rockets wouldn't hit. Therefore, all are required to head to shelters wherever they are. If you are on the street or anywhere, you should rush to shelters. This is a life-saving measure, and this is my request. Apart from this, we'll continue to hit the enemy with all our resolve. We are doing so with our American friends, and we will continue to target and strike them until all our objectives are achieved. On your part, you have to abide by the...
I gotta pause this because I don't want to bore you guys. We're just halfway through a 2-minute video, but I see that Granny Annie and BoobTube are both here. Hello, my lovely friends. How are you? Hey, all getting ready for bed. Thought I'd drop in and say hi. Thanks for saying hi, Granny Annie. Liked your video. Oh, I haven't seen BoobTube's video yet. I gotta check that out. Let's see. The world is getting crazy, guys. Please prepare. This will undoubtedly come to our shores. The world is a smaller place than it was in the 40s. Love you guys. Yeah, I think we need to be prepared for anything. It is nuts right now.
The instructions handed down by the home front. As I stated earlier, what we are doing is to pave the way for the Iranian people to rid themselves of this tyrant regime. We are hitting the foundation of the regime. This is all what we have to do. Apart from what we did, we hope that we will create the atmosphere that will lead to the fall of the regime. We reiterated that we will ruin and torpedo their nuclear and missile programs and their capabilities to manufacture ballistic missiles.
Okay, that was Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu, who was speaking in Arad in southern Israel. Again, the strike of a missile site from Iran overnight. Also there that we heard from earlier was Gideon Sa'ar, the foreign minister, and the president, Isaac Herzog. Benjamin Netanyahu reaffirmed that he is in contact with the U.S. and that they will continue their strikes on Iran.
What if I told you I found a way to custom...
They're trying to act like everything's just normal. It's all just normal, right? Smack my head. Yeah. Seriously. None of this is normal. None of this is normal. So we have 5,500 Marines on the way to Iran right now. I think it's that many. I think it's 5,500. I know a couple of days ago, a couple thousand took off from San Diego on some ships headed that way. And said they'll be getting there maybe at the end of this week. I don't know. Let's check my notes here. Nothing to see here. Let the mockingbird, white rabbit keep y'all in line. I'm so sad for all of those Marines. I know, me too. It must have been so hard for them to say goodbye to their families and for their families to say goodbye to them. I mean, I think anybody knows that this is a very volatile situation. Very volatile. Seth Meyers is going to be appearing in your city, Annabes, April 11th, Kansas City. Seth Meyers. I would get tickets if I were you. They said that they were sold out for the 7 p.m. show, but they still had tickets for the 4 p.m. I want to go. We should go together. Wouldn't that be fun? So what else? So right now, our dear leader is working hard at trying to get his face put on the Mount Rushmore and on a gold coin that just got approved a couple of days ago. They said, when I heard it on the news, they said that they didn't know what the denomination would be or what the size would be of this gold coin with his freaking face on it. And I thought, why don't we just get rid of all the coins and put his face on all of the coins, like all of them, pennies, nickels, dimes, quarters, silver dollars, and then gold, whatever. What are they going to make them, like $100 gold pieces? And then I thought, wouldn't it be good too if we put his face on all the paper money? Just like get rid of all the paper money, just get new 1s and 5s and 10s and 20s and 50s and 100s and thousands, and just put that beautiful mug of his on every single piece of money that we have, because really his name should be on everything. His face should be on everything. Right? Blah. What a freaking madman. And then he's trying to name one of the airports down there in southern Florida after himself. Of course. But he decided that the holiday football game time slots from now on he was going to write an executive order so that only the Army and Navy football games could be during the holiday football time slots instead of college football. What an idiot. And, because he's trying to butter up the military so that they'll do his illegal orders, basically, right? That's what that is. Let's see. And since it's the 250th birthday of our country, of the military this year, let's see. Both, I think, the country and the military, but Trumpster Fire's 80th birthday. So he's having that celebration on the White House lawn with the mixed martial artists, wrestlers, cage fighting. I think there's going to be cage fighting. Like, he's just trying to trash up the country. He's trying to take away any dignity and respect from Washington, D.C., from our government, from the White House. In my opinion, that's his plan, is just to demolish everything. But yeah, he's just so bizarre. He's so vulgar. He's such a strange individual. And did you guys hear about this fungus in our desert, in the air, that can be deadly? I heard something about this. Let me see if I can find an article real quick. Did you guys hear about that? fungus in the desert air. It's pretty wild. Well, I'm not finding anything new. So I'm glad of that. Fungus in the freaking desert air. Did you guys hear about it? How did I hear about this? Really, I will check. Thank you. It would be fun. Yeah, I heard that a couple days ago about Seth Meyers in Kansas City, April 11th. I wrote it down. I was like, dang, that's only what, 2 weeks, 2.5 weeks. It'd be lots of fun. Probably expensive. Tickets are so expensive these days. Like when we went to see Josh Johnson last year, it was really steep, and we didn't even have great seats. I mean, we had like the cheapest seats, and I want to say they were like $100. It was a lot. I mean, we made it like a big family thing for like multiple birthdays and stuff like that, but still, it was crazy. It'd be so much fun. First, I'll get together and bust a gut laughing at so many things. Maybe someday. I know. Wouldn't that be cool? That would be fun. He's so embarrassing and disgusting. Oh man, the way he talks, I can't stand his freaking voice. And the way he's always like, what do you call that? The way he like tries to like ground out his voice like a smoke out, like a you know what I mean? Like he's always trying to like talk as low as possible. I know the kids have a phrase for that when you like just kind of try to sound like you smoked a bunch of cigarettes or something. You guys know what I'm talking about, right? The orange raisin. Just give me gold gilded coins instead, LOL. Oh, he's obsessed with gold. He's such a freaking weirdo. I run them coins all over my face and hope I glow. Whoops, I'll be nice now. Oh, you're funny. Is the fungus from mice or something? I don't know. It made me think of the hantavirus right away, but yeah, I didn't find anything when I just looked for it. It was something I just heard, in passing, and I wrote it down and was planning on looking it up, but I hadn't had a chance to look it up yet. No, nothing on fungus in the desert. Nope, didn't hear about that. But I got mycotoxicity in the spring of 23, and it's been kicking ass ever since. Did severe lung damage to me. I am so sorry, boob tube. That's nuts. Is from the soil in the desert. Oh, from the soil, not from the sand. I think I heard something about it. NB says, I was going to say that, Sherry, fungus can't thrive in the desert, but there is higher cold areas in the mountains. Grovelly voice. Yeah, like a burnout voice. But yeah, grovelly, but really like he just does the burnout thing. Like he's trying to sound tough. And he just sounds so stupid. Always. He sounds so stupid. I'm telling you, it goes back to Donnie's obsession with fabric. LOL. When his father was redecorating his office, little Donnie would not stop touching the new drapes. That's hilarious. He's obsessed with the drapes, but does the carpet match the curtains? Sorry. His sister, the judge, told that story on NPR many years ago. Yeah. He's obsessed with the interior decorating for sure. I mean, all that gaudy gold crap. I mean, he's just trying to make it look like Leningrad. It's exactly like pictures of Leningrad. It cost me nearly $100,000 between our home and medical bills. Fungus is no joke. Yeah, I know. I had a friend local here in Ohio who almost died of that weird fungus in his lungs. And I don't know if it was from anything other than just like mowing the lawn or something. That is so funny, Toro. He is so in the closet. I know, if he would just come out of the closet and get on with his life. But no, he's got to just drag everyone through the mud. Yes, little Leningrad. So he's been wearing a blue tie lately. Have you guys noticed this? Like a light blue tie? I'm thinking it's got to have something to do with the country that is or isn't real. Because for a while he was wearing the like royal blue tie, which we know that their flag colors are white and royal blue. But the baby blue tie, I'm thinking it's like a mix of the white and the royal blue. I don't know. What do you guys make of it? Oh my goodness. And then this crap with JLR beating up Magnolia. Have we talked about that? I don't think we have. Did we talk about that in the last video or no? So for anybody who doesn't know, JLR Investigates allegedly has choked Magnolia, who has another name, but Magnolia is what she goes by on YouTube. They were an item for a couple of years, and I think the last incident was on Christmas this year, and now she's got a restraining order against him. But the most recent court documents said that he had attempted to choke her like at least a dozen times, maybe 24 times. That is insane. And I always thought JLR was gay. And I'm thinking, what if he is? And that's part of why he's such a jackass to her, because he's trying to wrestle with himself, trying to pretend that he's not. I mean, he did do 10 years in prison. And he's a very pretty boy. So he might have gotten abused, seriously abused, and just is continuing with the trauma. I mean, this goes for all survivors. And it would be really seriously sad if JLR is a survivor and then he's doing that to Magnolia or to anybody. But a lot of survivors do this thing where they try to take their own power back by identifying with the aggressor and becoming the abuser. It's really sick. It's really pathetic. And he did such good work, like boots on the ground with the Gabby Petito case. Gabby Petito, he was boots on the ground with Micah Miller, I think, wasn't he? I mean, obviously he was boots on the ground with Nancy Guthrie. And yeah. What a punk if the allegations are true. And I don't know why she'd be making that up. But yeah, maybe we did talk about it in the last video. Did we talk about this woman whose husband tried to unalive her on her birthday? He's like a doctor in Maui. They went for a hike. I think their last name might be Kong, Kong. Let me see. So he tried to like push her off the cliff while they were hiking on her birthday. And then I think he injected her with something. And then I think he was like hitting her in the face with a rock. And it was other hikers that saved her life. And it just went to trial. So it was a year ago. And it just went through trial. And I think he was found guilty, but the sentencing hasn't happened yet. Man, I got so many notes here. Let's see. Is this the last page? Hopefully. Like 2 more pages, but I don't know if I want to run down all of it with you guys. This Maui doctor, I want to find out his name. It's a horrible case, but thank goodness she lived. Maui doctor, Pushwife. He was an anesthesiologist, and trying to get an article. So what is his name? Konig. Konig. Gerhard Konig. So the attempted red rum trial of Gerhard Konig began this week with prosecutors and defense attorneys presenting conflicting accounts of what happened. And this was published 4 days ago on the 19th. So he's 47, an anesthesiologist on Maui. He attacked his wife, Ariel, during a birthday hike on Oahu. Interesting that they're from Maui, but they were hiking on Oahu. Evidence released on the first day of trial included a photo of Ariel Konig with her head and face covered in the red stuff. Prosecutors say he tried to push his wife off the trail, tried to stab her with a syringe, and hit her multiple times with a jagged rock. He starts to take that rock and bash her in the head multiple times. Help, help, help is what Ariel says while the defendant is hitting her, says the prosecuting attorney. The defense attorney said that she attacked first and that he felt a shove and thought that she was trying to push him off the trail. She picks up the rock and hits him in the face with it, and he quickly reacts, human reaction, grabs the rock, hits her in the face, hits her twice and stops. Witnesses describe the scene. 2 hikers, Amanda Morris and Sarah Bosham, both nurses, thank goodness they were nurses, came upon the couple during the violence. They said he was on top of her, and a 911 call was played in court. This is the 911 call. There's a man trying to unalive her. She has red stuff all over her face. We heard her screaming, help, help, help me, help me. And then we saw a man over her, and then she crawled out with the red stuff on her face. He tried to unalive her. He broke down when his attorney described a FaceTime call after the violence to his 19-year-old son, in which he said he wanted to unalive himself. His parents sat in the gallery behind him. He was calling him to say goodbye. He was calling him to tell him he was sorry. He was calling him to tell him he wished he was a better man. What a nut job. He says, I'm not going to make it back. I tried to unalive Ariel, but she got away. Prosecutors say she was hit multiple times. Defense says medical evidence shows it was a head laceration that bled heavily and that Ariel was not seriously injured. Attorneys say a syringe and vial were never found. opening statements included accounts of his alleged anger over his wife's refusal to take a selfie on the trail and her alleged affair with a coworker. She was scheduled to take the stand on Friday, but that was delayed until Tuesday. So that'll be tomorrow, you guys, after the defense argued over part of her testimony. The trial's expected to last until mid-April. Okay, sorry, I was mistaken. I thought that the trial had wrapped and that the sentencing was happening, but it's still the trial. So it just started. And yeah. What say you? Oh no, I missed a whole bunch. I'm so sorry. Okay. It costs me nearly 100,000. Okay, I read that one. That is so funny, Taro, about Donnie's obsession with the drapes. He is so in the closet. Yes, little Leningrad. So sorry to hear that, boob tube. Carpets are wax these days. Oh, Granny Annie, you're so funny. Absolutely. They call it manscaping for the dudes. There's days where I feel like I'm drowning still. Dang. I wake up in my sleep dreaming I'm drowning. It's horrific. Enough about me, though. Oh, honey, I'm so sorry. Thank you, Sherry. It is what it is. Yeah, heard about it. That's terrible, boob tube. Have you seen doctors thinking you might need a diuretic and steroids? I hope you get better soon. Yeah, Anna Bees is a really good nurse, so you might want to take her concerns to your physician. JLR dated Bullhorn Betty. Are you serious? Granny Annie, I didn't know that. That's gross. I knew he was hanging out with Bullhorn Betty and that other weirdo, Olivia, Chronicles of Olivia, when they were all hanging out in front of the Laundrie's house. And I was glad that they were doing that, even though, like, at the time, I thought all three of them were pretty weird. And then, yeah, I guess it turns out that they are, all three of them, pretty weird. But I didn't know that he was dating her. Like, that's crazy. What an obnoxious couple. OMG. The world can't handle it, huh? They did nothing, finally went to a Chinese medicine clinic and they ordered the myco test and it was off the charts. They have me on good herbs and activated charcoal. It's a tough climb. I'm glad you're doing the Chinese medicine. I really believe in Chinese medicine. That's great. I haven't heard about that. Oh yeah, the Maui anesthesiologist. What's with these psycho rich effers that think they can pull off this bees and get away with it? Narcissism abounds, I guess. I know the domestic violence is so freaking extreme, and so much of the violence in our culture is domestic violence. It's insane. It's completely wild how much of the violence in America is domestic violence. OMG, that's terrible. Lesson is don't go hiking or in the wilderness with your husband or best friend ever. Oh, excuse me. I knew that was coming. I would say just make sure that you choose your husband or friends carefully. That is just effing nuts. anesthesiologist, low overhead, smart branch of medical professionals, in my opinion. Well, and they're also like they're like the backbone of any surgery. Like that's your most important doctor is your anesthesiologist. Sorry, I need to catch up. Anna Bees, if you come up with any good remedies, please email me. The inflammation in my lungs is still a bit at times, creating that M word that makes me nauseous. Bet he chose location of the hike. Wow, scary. Well, and he probably didn't want to be in his own community. Like he didn't want to see people that he worked with at the hospital or something like that, maybe. Maybe it had something to do with like the coroner for Maui versus the coroner for Oahu. I don't know. I doubt they would have the same coroner. I would think that they would each have their own because they're both big islands with fairly large populations. Oh, and that guy, Governor Green, that doctor who's the governor, is back in the news because of the floods on Oahu. But yeah, the attempted red rum was a year ago. But I remember that Dr. Green from the Maui fires a couple of years ago. Hiking. What are those weird little emojis? I don't even know what those are. Just weird little emojis. Weird little creatures. BoobTube, I think I still think you need steroids. If you start coughing white blood tinged sputum, go to the hospital immediately. Right, Billy, hiking. Can you feel like a bigger loser can't take control and off your wife? Well, thank goodness for those two nurses, because if they weren't there, he probably would have. Right? It sounds like it. Will do. Only bloody once. Also tore some cartilage in my back rib cage. Coughing. Very painful. Yikes. That's crazy. But I refuse to take too many meds. Yuck, yuck. Man, it's getting late. I'm going to yawn again. I apologize in advance. I used to get bronchitis a lot. This lady told me about apple cider vinegar, honey, and garlic mix and let it sit for about 48 hours and drink about a tablespoon twice a day. Wow, that actually sounds good. I mean, in a weird way, that sounds really good. Pattern of hiking with wives. I will try it. Anna Bees, thank you. I have been taking Manuka honey too. I got little Manuka honey cough drops at Costco. I think they're like lemon and honey. Honey is good for you. Isn't Bullhorn Betty nauseating to think of boinking? Gross. Yeah, I wouldn't think anybody would. Like, that's just not even a thing. It's just not even a thought. I hope it helps. Right, Billy and Annie. Tell you what, Jazz, I never believed in acupuncture. However, I drive nearly 2 hours to that doctor. After 5 minutes of the acupuncture, I could start breathing quite a bit more. Her herbs help too. I am such a believer in acupuncture. OMG, BoobTube. I'm so glad you're getting relief from that. Yeah, acupuncture is amazing. Absolutely amazing. But so are the Chinese herbs. Like, that's a huge part of the Chinese medicine is those herbs. I would love to try acupuncture for pain. It is great for everything. Everything under the sun. You're the best, Annabise, BoobTube says. And thank you, BoobTube and Jazz, for saying I'm a good nurse. Aw. And such a sweetie in general. Ew, JLR and BB, Bullhorn Betty. Annabise, I'm telling you right now, I could breathe in just 5 minutes. Wish I could drive to her every day. I know, I love acupuncture. It is my all-time favorite of any kind of treatment. Acupuncture is the bomb. Right, Billy, we can't think about it. Right, thinking about Bullhorn Betty. Yuck. I know I don't like to trash talk other content creators, but she just, I mean, just the name in and of itself, like, who's gonna call themselves that? Like, I mean, it's like trying to be obnoxious. That's like the whole point, right? And that Chronicles of Olivia and her engagement to Kaylee G's brother, and just her whole thing with faking the Gabby Petito water bottle find in the in that Mayanatchee Park or whatever that place was called, where she pretended to find the freaking water bottle and went to the police station with it. And they really should have charged her for that, and I don't think they did. And then she showed up at the Idaho 4 case, and then she's probably married to the guy by now. I don't know. But yikes. Yikes, yikes. And then her and Bullhorn Betty were like attached at the hip for a long time, and then maybe they had a falling out. I don't know. But they hooked up at that. I thought they hooked up at the Gabby Petito protesting in front of the laundry's house, and then they were like co-creating their content together for, I don't know, like a year or something, a couple of years. I don't know. I didn't really follow either of them ever, so I tried not to. I tried really hard not to. Annabise, you're absolutely a good nurse. I know you're a wonderful woman who will advocate for your patients like my nurse practitioner mother did. Oh, BoobTube, you're so sweet. I know, and I'm so proud that my son is going to be a nurse. So I just think nursing is one of the most awesome professions. Absolutely correct on acupuncture and Chinese herbs, Jazz. Yeah. Much love. Annabise, my mother is close to my heart, as are all nurses. Long hours, underappreciated saints, in my opinion. Stay clear of those channels. I stayed clear of those channels, LOL. I'm glad he is too, Jazz. Glad who is too, what? Huh? I'm getting tired. But I wanted to see what else I have in my notes. Oh, my son. Yeah, I'm like, I had no idea what you're talking about. I know. I'm so excited for him to be. He's becoming a nurse practitioner. That's his goal. Yes. Mine's an EMT. Yeah, he wanted to do like firefighting EMT stuff at first, but then he got into the Navy instead, and decided that he wanted to become a nurse practitioner. So that was his whole goal with joining the Navy, and he's been doing really well with it so far. You know, he did that ceremonial guard thing for the first 2 years out of boot camp, and now 3 years at Walter Reed. It doesn't get any better than that. Prayers for you, BoobTube. That's great. Yes. Let me check my phone. Okay. And then I think I've got just this last page to look at. Wait, no, how did that happen? Now I have 2 pages still. I thought I was on my last page. I wanted to talk with you guys about our dear leader's fixation with kidnapping, because it really seems to me like almost everybody in the Trumpstein files was abducted, was basically kidnapped. And I just think that is such a terrible crime in and of itself. And the punishment for abducting somebody is very severe, as it should be, of course. And I think that a lot of the atrocities in the Trumpstein files are, of course, the exploitation of sexual assaults, violating people, humiliating people, but the abducting people, if I'm not mistaken, the way our laws are, kidnapping is probably more punishable by law than rape. And I'm not saying that it should be, because I think that SAs should be way more heavily punished than they are. I think they should be right up there with red rum, but they're not in our system. But I think kidnapping is right up there with red rum, if I'm not mistaken. But you know, that was a typical thing that happened with the Trumpstein survivors. One of the first things that would be done when they would take people to Pedo Island is they would take their passports and they wouldn't give them back. So these people couldn't leave. And yeah, it's like, you think you're going to like heaven on earth because you're like, oh, the Virgin Islands, but then it's like you're in a dungeon probably in the Virgin Islands, so it's more like hell on earth. Did I already talk to you guys about I don't think I did, about the emails from Little E to Katie Segal back and forth, where he was telling her that he wanted her to locate a woman for him to have his baby. And the way he talked about this like incubator that would be ambitious, but not get emotionally attached, and that he wanted somebody who didn't have a family because he didn't want to deal with, I think I did talk with you guys about this. He didn't want to deal with in-laws. I think we did talk about that, didn't we? Oh my goodness. The brain is just melting. Let me see what else I have on the last page. So Naomi Campbell, I wasn't going to talk about this. They did a really good hysteria video of Naomi Campbell. It's this series that I love called This Effing Guy, but it's not just for dudes, it's for females too. And then the rest of it is called This Effing Guy, Everything You Didn't Know About His Crappy Past. So they did one just a couple of days ago. I think it was just like yesterday, actually, about Naomi Campbell and how her mother became pregnant with her when she was 18. and there's no father on her birth certificate. Her mother was working as a professional dancer when she became pregnant at 18, and Naomi Campbell's never had any kind of father figure. And not that there's anything wrong with that, but what is a problem is Naomi's behavior and her subsequent identifying with the aggressor and just being a crappy person and treating people really badly. But her mother being a dancer at 18 makes me wonder, when she had Naomi, what Naomi's life was like and what her mom's life was like. I mean, it sounds like they both very well could have been transported, right? So Virginia Gouffre is in the famous photograph. Maybe I'll use it for my thumbnail for this video. She's in the photographs of Naomi Campbell's 31st birthday that was on a yacht. And Virginia was 15 in those photographs, is what everybody says. I've heard that from many sources. Virginia was 15 at Naomi Campbell's 31st birthday party. But you know what? It doesn't add up. It does not add up. And I can't really do math when I'm on live, and I can't really do math when it's like midnight almost. But I'm going to go ahead and try. So bear with me and I'll get caught up. Oh, let me, Katie Segal, did I say it wrong? Peggy Segal. Did I say that wrong? Yeah. I think I said it wrong. I think I wrote it down wrong too. Let me check it real quick, because that's what I thought at first. Peg Bundy from the Married with Children, but that's not who it is. This Segal is like a publicist. Let's see. Segal publicist. Oh, maybe it is Peggy Segal. Yeah, that's her name, Peggy Segal. So that's why I did that. Sorry. Thank you for straightening me out on that. And yeah, she's a weirdo. She's all over those Trumpstein files. So when she was trying to help Jeffrey locate a baby mama, she wanted the job, but she was too old for him. Okay, let's see. Thank you, Sherry. You have no idea how much I appreciate that. Sometimes I feel pretty isolated. Oh, my dear. Good night, everyone. Good night, Sherry. My 13-year-old grandson wants to be an EMT firefighter. Good night, Sherry. Sleep well. Yeah, see, my husband's an EMT and a firefighter and a law enforcement, a peace officer, I like to say. Love you all. You guys mean so much to me. I don't say that lightly. I truly mean it. Oh, you're the best. Seriously. Yes, Annabise, he does that too. State exams are, firefighters are a bitch though. Yeah. Well, yeah, lots of physical tests, huh? Sorry, my fat thumbs keep hitting stuff. Night Sweet Sherry, Katie from Peg Bundy Show. Thank you, Granny Annie. You saved me from crossing those wires. I hate it when I cross my wires. So yeah. Peggy Segal. Yeah, Katie Segal is cool. And she's from Married with Children. And when I first thought it was her, I was like, no, not her. I like her. She's funny. She did a lot of good comedy with a lot of good other comics. I forget if she was like Second City, like Chicago crew or something maybe. Annabee says, boob tube, I bet they are. I get so stressed every year getting recertified for accelerated life support. It's so detailed, and you also have to do it on a mannequin that is hooked to a computer, and it scores you. See, I had to do a lot of that type of stuff when I was a lifeguard a few years ago, and yeah, I got nervous too because I took it very seriously. Like if there was somebody in the pool and I was a lifeguard and I didn't save their life, I would never be able to live with myself. So I took it really, really seriously. I don't think a lot of lifeguards, a lot of them are kids and they don't take it that seriously. And they should take it very seriously. It's water is nothing to take lightly. Married with children, yes. BoobTube, we love you too. Thank you. Oh, I didn't know all that about Naomi. Yeah, Naomi Campbell's nasty, man. She's messed up. But I wanted to do some of the math about Virginia Giuffre being 15 at her birthday party because they're lying about her age. They're always lying about Virginia Giuffre's age. They tried to say that she didn't get recruited by Jizz until like right before her 17th birthday when she was still 16, but only for like a month. But she went to that party on the yacht with Jizz and Little E after she'd already been hanging out with them for a year, and she was 15 at the party. But they're lying. They're lying about the age. So they're just like shaving a year off of here and there and everywhere to try to make her closer to legal age, I think. I got stories upon stories. We should really talk one day. LOL. Been cooking for the kids. I'm back, y'all. Such a good mama. Naomi is all over the flight logs of Jeffy. Yay, Billy's back. It's all good, Billy. I'm retire for tonight. I kicked enough arse today. My old arse is going to bed. I know, me too. Soon. I want to finish up with this last page of notes. Yeah, they wanted some quick pork chops. Yum. Good night, BoobTube. Sleep well. Good night, BoobTube. Billy, I make pork chops here tonight for dinner. Oh, that's funny. Yeah, pork chops are good, aren't they? Night for Toto. Yes, casting for Married with Children did well. Great show. I know. That was a really good show. But terrible at the same time, huh? Very good and very bad. Oh, I take it very seriously, and we have to pass with a score of 92. Oh, I'm sure you do, my dear. Yeah, absolutely. No, I meant just like lifeguards, like, community pool lifeguards. Like, it's a tough job, but it's an important job. And I think a lot of people just don't take lifeguarding that seriously. I mean, like Baywatch, come on. No, I mean, if you're at the beach, if you're outside, like at a lake, like in a natural setting, probably lifeguards take it more seriously because there's just more to contend with. But swimming pools, indoor swimming pools, outdoor swimming pools, man-made bodies of water. I mean, anything can happen at any time. Oh, I take it very seriously. Yum, yum, girlfriend. Let's see. I pan-fried mine with salt and pepper. Then at the end of Ponzi sauce. Yum, Billy. Girl, I love meat. Yeah, I know. I'm a carnivore, too. My kid's dad moved in with his 14-year-old Hispanic girlfriend when he was 45, legal in Mexico. Granny Annie, I am so sorry. And I'm so sorry for your kids. That is effing crazy. That is freaky, man. Married with Children was great. Although I think they have an age gap, 18 with 15-year-old. Oh, Granny, that's terrible. You lifeguarded any close calls? So I never lifeguarded until I was 50, and I lifeguarded for I want to say about 5 years. I just quit doing it a few years ago. I was still doing it when I started my YouTube channel 3.5 years ago. But not really any close calls. Like there was like one incident where it was a bad situation, but I mean, somebody got hurt but not injured. Like they hit, two people hit heads. They were swimming, but one of them did it on purpose to the other. So it was a really bad situation, and I wanted to call the police because I saw it as an assault. And the management didn't want to do it that way. So I thought it was atrocious. But I mean, nobody was like injured to the point that they needed medical care. But, you know, you just don't mess around in a pool. And these were adults. It wasn't like kids. It wasn't like kids horsing around. It was adults. Like serious bullshit. And it was my last day lifeguarding, so it was like I already knew it was my last day, and then that happened, and I was just like, OMG. You know, I felt bad because I saw it right before it happened, and I couldn't like blow my whistle fast enough and get over there fast enough for it not to happen. That I felt bad about that, but it was just a really bad situation because, like I said, the one person did it on purpose. One person was doing the backstroke, and they were in their lane by themselves. So they were doing the backstroke in their lane by themselves, and the other person wanted their lane. They had been arguing, and so he just jumped in and just swam really hard right into her. So the top of his head hit the back of her head, and like I thought he should have been charged with an assault. But anyway, but yeah, for the most part, like I always, if anybody was doing anything the slightest bit risky, I would blow the whistle and request they not do that, so that you can like nip things in the bud before it gets to a point of seriousness. You know, like if people are roughhousing or whatever. You know, parents like to throw their little kids up in the air, which is fine if they're able to do it. But like there was one time, like a grandparent was doing that with a little kid right by the edge where there was like a sharp point. And so right away I was like, you know, that's, you know, no horseplay in the pool. And especially like right there. And of course, the grandmother wanted to argue with me. It was like, you know, but I see other people do it. And I'm like, well, just don't do it near the metal corner, like far away from the metal corner. Come on, use some common sense. Anyway, I remember when you were still guarding. Yeah. And then, you know, once I started doing the yoga training, I haven't swam since the yoga training. I mean, not that I haven't swam at all, but I used to swim every day, but instead I do my yoga stuff every day. He was in San Jose, California. Adults behaving badly. Imagine that. I know. No lifeguards at our beach. That's scary. Signs for swimming and rules, and no dogs. Yeah, at our local swimming pool, that is an outdoor pool that's just open for the summer, like from Memorial Day until Labor Day. The last day of the pool, like after Labor Day weekend, they have a dog swim party. It's hilarious. We used to take our dogs to it. You're kidding, Billy. It is a private beach. I can't believe, I guess you can't have a lifeguard in every part of the beach. Yeah, I don't like to swim without a lifeguard. I mean, I just, again, I take water very seriously. So I was going to do a little bit of math with Virginia being 15 at Naomi's 31st birthday party. It was in the year 2001. And see, Virginia was born in 1983. She was born on my 16th birthday, August 9th, 1983. And so that would make her 18 at 2001. That would make her, if she was 15 at this party, it wouldn't have been Naomi's 31st birthday. It would have been her 28th birthday. And it would have been 1998. So they say that those pictures are from 2001 and that it was Naomi's 31st birthday party and that Virginia was 15. So I think they slip when they say that Virginia was 15 there, and they might be misquoting Naomi's year, how old she was, and they might be misquoting what year it was, because it doesn't even make sense why she would have a huge yacht party for her 31st birthday. It would make more sense if she had a huge yacht party for her 30th birthday. But yeah, that's why I think that they're like shaving a year off this way and that way. And yeah, I think Virginia was younger than 15 when she was first recruited by little E, but also she was recruited as an employee from the spa at Mar-a-Lago, and they probably don't want to admit that they were employing her when she was under 16. They basically say that she did not get employed there until she was 16. And I don't know how the Florida laws are or were back then. At that point in time, that would have been like right around like 1999, I think. See, again, yeah, if she was 16 when she was working there, that would have been 1999, maybe the year 2000. And it's like recorded that she was with Jiz and little E from 2000 to 2002, I think. So 2000, 2001, and 2002. It was 2 years long. But yeah, I wonder if she was hired at the spa when she was under 16. That's what I'm thinking. And I hadn't realized that before, that depending on what the Florida child labor laws were at that point in time, if she was hired there and she wasn't 16 yet, that might have been a problem. I don't know. Because I know child labor laws in Florida can get pretty funky. They're not protective of their kids in Florida. Shocking, I know. Let's see. No, it's a California State Park beach. Beach closes at sunset, I think, year round. I was 19 in 1983. Yeah, see, I was 16. Like I said, she was born on my 16th birthday. No fires, no dogs on beach. Rangers patrol. Man, that sucks. In the movies, they're always having a campfire on the beach. Right, and at the Kylie party, they were having a campfire on the beach, even though there was a ban on fires, right? And we haven't brought up Kylie tonight, have we? That was the first mention of her. But we'd catch on fire and burn down. Are you telling me they are lying to us? LOL, you're so cute, Anna Bees. Yes, Anna. So, well, see, I never thought about it in the context of the dear leader hiring somebody before they were old enough to be hired. Like, that's what they're really trying to protect, is him and his lack of child labor law respect. I don't know. Shocking, I know. Something happened on Lake Tahoe, but I forgot what it was. Oh, you mean real recently? Yes, plane crash. Oh, well, there was the avalanche with 9 people. That was crazy. Okay, so let's end on an upbeat. Nicole Wallace today did an amazing video interview. She has this little I think it's a weekly thing she does called The Best People. And she had Julie K. Brown, who is the person who probably did more investigating of the Trumpstein files than anyone. It was a really good interview. And I just wanted to bring it to your attention. It was awesome. And so she talked about how she had 4 of the survivors that she focused on. One was Virginia, one was Jenna, one was Courtney, and one was Michelle. And I can picture Virginia's face and Jenna's face. Courtney Wild, I'm forgetting Jenna's last name, and I did not know Michelle, who she meant. Let's see if I Epstein. For survivors. Julie Brown. Let's see, who were the 4 that she sorry, I'm just going to see if I can find these names real quick. The Courtney Wild, Jenna, and Michelle. Can I find them? Let me do it a different way. I don't think my voice to text is working. Courtney Wild, Virginia Giuffre, Jenna, and Michelle. Let's see. It kind of works. Giuffre, Michelle. Michelle Williams and Courtney Wild was 14. Jenna Lisa Jones, Sarah Ransom, Michelle Licata. That's who. Michelle Licata. I just want to look her up real quick because I can picture her face. Licata. Okay, I remember her now. Yeah, it is so fascinating learning each of these survivors' stories. It is very remarkable what they've been through. So thank you for your patience while I was doing that. Okay. That's terrible, Billy. The plane crash at Tahoe. So yeah, I'll put a link in the description to Nicole Wallace's interview with Julie Brown, and I highly recommend it. Highly. So yeah, I really think that Daddy Vladdy, BB, and Donnie are all about the war as a distraction from those pesky files that just won't go away. And thank goodness that these women, so many of them have come forward, and that so many of them have gotten a lot of respect and just that they've had people's attention and support. They've had the public's attention and support. They've had a lot of Congress members' attention and support, but not the Department of Justice, of course, and not the president. The president who campaigned on releasing the files and bringing all of these perpetrators to justice. He needs to deliver. Absolutely needs to deliver. They have survived so much. Yeah, I hope that they have serious security around them. Absolutely. Every single one of them needs to have serious security around them. I mean, look what happened to Virginia. And she was the third one to allegedly self-delete. And it's entirely possible that none of the three self-deleted. It's entirely possible. The other two were both in hotel rooms. So that's one thing, you always want to isolate your victim. So hotel rooms are common places for isolating victims. The ranch that Virginia was on, just like the ranch that RFK Jr.'s deceased wife, blanking on her name at the moment, Mary Richardson Kennedy, back in 2012. So yeah, we should wrap up. It's been 2 hours and 15 minutes almost. So yes, everybody take good care of yourself. Drink your water, eat your protein, get your sleep, and just be yourself, most importantly. So thanks for watching, and see you on the next one. I don't remember who I was watching, but it was when Kash Patel was being questioned, and he said with a straight face, Epstein trafficked to himself. I know. He's the worst, man. Kash Patel is the worst. He's just gross. And, when you've seen so many self-deletions, you know what a self-deletion is. Him and Dan Bongino. Like, what a joke. When both of them, with their stupid podcasts, That was all they talked about, was release the files. And that's probably why the dear leader recruited them, was because they were pushing so hard on the internet for that he needed, you keep your friends close and your enemies closer, right? Yes. Good night, everyone. Sleep well. Adios. Thanks for watching, you guys. Love you and see you soon. Take care.